Ball handed to the running back. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Second down play coming up. And now they'll run it on the draw. And he's tackled right at the 40-yard line. Now from the 40, the offense faces a 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. And he's going to be brought down by that ferocious pass rush. Nice sack.
I think that was a coverage sack as much as anything. They sat back in a dime defense with 6 defensive backs, and none of them blitzed. They just sat back in coverage, and the defensive line eventually came up with a sack.
And the Cyclones will have to punt this one away. Trying to kick it away, helping his team with field position. Now it's a very high kick straight up in the air. And it's fair caught near the 40-yard line. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. Last drive stalled. They were forced to punt it away. Let's see what they can come up with this time. From the shotgun, it's a handoff.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
And we're able to tackle the ball carrier there. What will the call be on 3rd and long now from the 44? Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. Here's a shot toward the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He could not hang on for a touchdown. My goodness. The Buckeyes will send their punt team onto the field. And he boots it high into the air. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. And here comes the Iowa State offense back onto the field now. They're looking to build on the lead. They had to punt the football in their last possession. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Good job with the defense to fight through the blocks on that screen. He's short of the first down marker. Offense operating from the pistol. Second down, we're going to throw it. Oh, and it's dropped. Nearly intercepted by an excellent defender. You don't see that very often. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Defense is coming after him. And he decides to just throw it away. That's going to bring up 4th down now. The Cyclones will line up to boot it away. And he'll kick it away now for the second time. And here's the fair catch by the return man. Offense comes out to start this drive. And the single back takes the handoff. Tackle made at the 41. It's a nice gain. They're getting closer to the 50. First down and 10.
At the 41-yard line. And that's good enough for a first down.
Offense looking to throw the ball. It's a quick grab. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line. Offense getting set. It's second down.
On the play. Brings up second down.
Handoff from the shotgun. Solid run. Tackled at the 45-yard line. Challenging spot for the offense. It's 3rd down and long on the 45. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. Receiver makes the catch. It's a huge gain all the way down inside the 30.
Well, it's one thing to hear about how fast this receiver is in the scouting report. You look at him on film all week. The defense coordinator tells you, get ready, this guy can run. And then the reality comes, and this guy can fly. You see it again here. Nice catch.
Looking for the tight end, and it's caught. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down. That's the 2-minute warning here before halftime as the offense tries to cut into this lead. The pass rush closing in. And he just throws the ball away there. Nobody open. Excellent coverage. So after the incompletion, it's second down. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. Catch hauled in here over the middle. Tackle is made. It's a short gain, well short of the marker. And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. Timeout is called by the defense. That's their first of the half. The offense couldn't convert on 4th down the last time in this situation. Let's see if they can this time. Handoff here from the shotgun. And they stop him just short of the end zone. The offense set up with a 1st and goal now. The Buckeyes will line up here on 1st down and goal. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Catch made in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. That kind of execution on a long drive, that's why this team made it in the college football playoff.
That's exactly right. Being able to mix in the run with a pass, picking up 1st downs, and eventually coming up with the touchdown. That is a tough thing to do, and they made it look easy.
See if they can convert the point after. PAT makes the score 7-3. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with the touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. And here's the return from inside the 5. And the coverage team able to bring him down. And the Iowa State offense takes the field now. They've got a choice here in the final minute. Do they get aggressive, try to cut into this lead, or play it safe and point toward the second half? He's going to pull it down and run. Finds room at the 30. That's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a 1st down.
Man, it is fun to watch this guy get out in the open field. I didn't realize he could run like this. That's a big game for this offense.
Looking to throw it on 1st down. Snags the quick throw. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. 2nd down play coming up for this offense. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. He makes the grab. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Well, here the defense decided to sit back and play zone, and that front didn't do a good job of pressuring the quarterback. He had the time to make the throw, and he put it on target.
Choosing to just throw the ball away that time. 2nd down play now coming up. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. Didn't see anybody open, just throws it away. That's now going to bring up 3rd down. Out comes the field goal team to give it a shot. This is a long way out. Field goal try, no good. And it's still a 4-point margin after the miss.
Oh, off the upright there. Boy, he hit it clean. It was end over end. I thought it had a real chance, and the ball just kind of kept moving on him, and then doink, right off the upright.
Just time enough for one more play in the half. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Lofting it toward the left sideline. And it falls incomplete. They tried for a big chunk play on the final play of the period. The Minnows going to wrap up the 1st half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Thanks, Chris. The magnitude and intensity of these playoff matchups is always something special to be a part of. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between 3rd down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. That's going to do it for us here at the half. Time to see how this incredible playoff drama plays out. And for that, it's back to Chris and Kirk.
Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. First play of the 2nd half is a handoff. And he breaks the tackle on the way to a solid gain there. Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. That'll pick up 1st down yardage very near the 40. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7.
Gain of 3. Brings up 2nd down.
Oh, it's a reverse. Tackled way behind the line. He'll lose 6 there. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. And he's looking to make a big play downfield. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a 4th down. Buckeyes will bring their punt team on the field now. Here's the punt, high in the air. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. And the Cyclones offense is back out on the field now. Which offense can get it going first? This one has been a struggle so far. Off the play fake, looking to throw. And he just throws it away incomplete. Didn't see anybody open. He's going to bring up 2nd down. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. And the freshman able to get home with the sack.
Well, Chris, after another sack, these guys are going to be facing another 3rd down and long situation. It seems like that's been the theme in this football game. They cannot stay on schedule offensively, making it very easy for the defense to get after the quarterback when you know he's in a must-throw situation.
Now the offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 41. And he'll set up to throw. A bullet, but it's incomplete. Brings up 4th down. And the Cyclones bring their punt team onto the field. And now it's a high kick. He hit it straight up. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. They were forced to punt it last time. Now they're looking to respond and add to this lead. They're going to run it here. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain. 2nd down after that previous play. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Oh, it's incomplete. A rare drop from an excellent wide receiver. Brings up 3rd down. Dropping back. We're going to throw for the 1st down. He bought some time. Now lets it go. Oh, he misfires again. 3 in a row. The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. On the kick now for the 5th time today. Now it's a very high kick straight up in the air. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. Offense ready to start this drive. On 1st down, it's play action. Oh, the quick throw falls incomplete. What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. And he's got his man open downfield. That's a big gain deep into enemy territory. Ball down near the 30.
How about the arm strength from this quarterback? He really didn't have any other option than to put it right in there and give it everything that he had. Great timing and a good...
And he'll loft it to the end zone. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete. Important 2nd down play coming up. Caught quickly.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
So they'll settle for a field goal attempt here. And it's good right down the middle.
Well, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. They're trying to build on their lead. They were forced to punt on the last possession. They start the drive with a quick throw to the right side. Physical run earns the 1st down. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. Tight end goes in motion before the snap. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Now it's second down here. Tailback takes the handoff again. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Oh, they've got him for a sack. A big play made by the junior.
Man, I'm shocked this guy is trying to get outside and make a play, Chris. You know what he's all about. Sit in the pocket, make a read, get the ball out of his hands. Here he's desperate, trying to make a play on the outside. Really not in his arsenal, as you see, and it backfires for a big loss.
The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. Forced to kick it away for the 6th time. Returner decides to fair catch this. And here comes the Iowa State offense back onto the field now. After a field goal the last time out, we'll see what they can get here. It's a shotgun run call. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Offense getting set. Second down play here. Quarterback drops back. Makes a quick grab. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of a first down. Third down upcoming after that completion. And they pick up the first on the ground. They make the stop just short of the marker. It's going to be 4th down and inches. The Cyclones will bring their punt team onto the field. That's his 4th punt already today. And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. Here's the first play of the drive now, backed up at the 15. From the shotgun, handoff inside.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Solid gain there. Moves the ball out to the 32. It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. The offense with some pre-snap eye candy. Off the play fake on first down. Lets it go quickly. And he's got it. That big gain moves the ball across midfield all the way to about the 36.
Boy, what a throw and catch again by the Ohio State Buckeye offense. You think about how Ohio State has been able to really grow over the years. Go back and think about Chris Carter back in the 80s and Joey Galloway in the 90s. And, of course, most recently with Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave, Jackson Smith and Jigba. So many great receivers, and it's been fun to watch this young man today.
Pressure is coming. Able to get the pass away, but took a hit that time. After the incompletion, the lineup here for 3rd and 7. Looking to throw it again. He's running out of time here. Cannot escape it. Down he goes.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. And the returner brought down by that coverage team. And the Iowa State offense takes the field now. This group is coming off a quick 3 and out. Can they put something together in this drive? Makes a quick catch.
Great execution on the RPO. Quarterback does a nice job as he's putting the ball into the belly of the back, making sure to read his key. This defense was determined. They came up to stop the run. Quarterback saw it, pulled it out, hit the quick slant right behind it for some great yards.
Well, Ohio State has the lead here, Kirk. Sitting in a pretty good spot as you wrap up the 3rd quarter, trying to keep those national championship hopes alive. Let's take a quick look at the game stats while we have a chance. right, here comes the fourth quarter. Everything to play for here. Who's going to stay alive, survive, and advance in the college football playoff? They'll try to run for the first down. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. And the Cyclones will line up to kick it away. Hunter getting a workout here, on for the 5th time today. And he boots it high into the air. The coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. Here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. They had to punt the ball last time. Now they're looking to add points, build on this lead. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. They'll run it from the gun. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Cannot connect. Incomplete, and now 4th down. And the Buckeyes will send the punt team onto the field. He's on to boot it away now. This one will be fair caught. The guys up front line up. It's first down. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. They'll run it to the left. And it'll be smothered right at the line for no gain. Here's the 2nd down play. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. But a huge collision blow delivered there by the linebacker. Interesting play call here. 3rd and short inside their own 20. They want to get this drive going, or a punt could give the opponents excellent field position. When he can't haul it in, that's a crucial drop on a 3rd down play. Here comes 4th down. And on 4th down, the punter sends it away. Oh, and he's got a crease here. Look out. They finally get him down, but that's a solid return. Good work by the return man. Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. They're coming off a quick 3 and out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. Handoff to the right side. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Getting set. Here's 2nd down. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. And it's caught. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Well, what a job by the offensive coordinator going to that 5 wide receiver set, creating the one-on-one matchups, finding the most favorable matchup, and then going to that receiver for the score.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point up and good. So the lead now is 8 here in the 4th quarter. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's when the offense will take over. And the Cyclones offense is back out on the field now. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? Catch is made behind the line of scrimmage. And he will be stuffed for no gain. 2nd down play coming up.
On the play. Brings up 2nd down.
And the quarterback dropping back. Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up. So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. That deep shot is caught for a big gain. The Cyclones looking to crank up the tempo a bit.
It's a nice completion there, Chris. And this possession at this point in the game is critical for them. They've got to focus on putting points on the board right now to make this a one-possession game.
That's going to be incomplete. A 4th down drop here in the middle of the field. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, drops back. Looks downfield and connects with a wide-open wide receiver. Big play across midfield. They'll spot it near the 36. And the Cyclones keep the football on the move. Here comes a handoff. Only a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. Offense set for the 6th play in this drive. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. And they tackle him, but a nice pickup on that running play. So let's see what the play caller likes here on 3rd and short from the +27. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Escapes the pocket, but cannot make a play, and they sack him.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
So on 4th down, it's an all-important field goal attempt. Hold your breath here. And it's good.
Boy, this guy has such a strong leg. No problem. Up into the net from 50+.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. Return begins inside the 10. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. Crucial possession. This game just got tighter. They love to play keep away, chew on the clock. How will they call it here? Off the play fake, looking to throw on 1st down. Caught in the flat by the running back. There's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense. After the 1st down loss, it's 2nd and long from the 17. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. It's a quick grab. Defense reacts quickly, a very short gain on the play. Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up? And he lofts it toward the left sideline. This one is dropped. No one around him. He couldn't make the catch. Incomplete. The Buckeyes will bring their punt team onto the field. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. And here comes the Iowa State offense back onto the field now. They were fortunate to get points on the last possession because of a long-range field goal.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Here's a 1st and 10 play. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. And the broken tackle there produces a solid gain. 2nd down play coming up for this offense. Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. He lets it go on the move. And he finds a wide-open receiver. They forgot about him downfield. Tackle is made, but the junior quarterback shows off his arm strength that time. Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. Oh, and the sack is made there by the freshman.
Good pressure here by this defense, but it felt like the quarterback held on to the ball a little bit too long to come up with that sack for the D.
We'll see if they can overcome the sack. 2nd and very long. And we've reached now the 2-minute warning. Sets up as a dramatic finish as this offense tries to grab the lead late here. And it's incomplete on a very quick throw. Can the quarterback come through under pressure, down a score late here in the 4th? Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Can't get it away. The defense has got him. What a huge stop at this stage of the game.
Well, the quarterback makes a mistake here. That's football 101. Once you get outside of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation and not take the sack, especially in the 4th quarter.
Down 5 late in the 4th quarter. Of course, they're going to go for it on 4th down. They need to convert. He'll drop back. Final minutes here. They'll throw it deep downfield. And the pass is incomplete. A crucial misfire here late in the game, and the ball will turn over on downs. And they'll work the clock here by keeping it on the ground. It's a short game, but look at that defense swarm to the football. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Gives it to the back, fighting off the defender. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. And it's a kneel down. In these playoff games, it's win or go home. So one side can continue to dream about the national championship. The other side suddenly, Kirk, their season is over, but it's been a good ride.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. It's easy to focus on the team that advances, and they should be happy, obviously. They had a great year. They're going to continue to go on. But the team that comes up a little bit short, you can see the emotion down on the field right now. They put so much into this year. Hopefully they'll be able to learn from this and come back even stronger next year.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.